supposed to be better than me. Truth be told, this is what we must do to avoid envy. Truth be told, truth be told.
Truth be told. Truth be told.
Only me and you. Lead me to this truth. Take this time to learn how I can help you. I will be your peace. Tell me what you need. Profit with a mission, and you must succeed. Only me and you. Only me and you. Only me and you. Only me, only you. Only me and you. Only me and you. Only me and you. Only me, only you.
Started off young, it wasn't easy, yeah. Now they see me on the TV, yeah. And I've been holding on for so long, so long. Started off young, it wasn't easy, yeah. Now they see me on the TV, yeah. And I've been holding on for so long, so long.
Only me and you. Only me and you. Only me and you. Only me, only you. Only me and you. Only me and you. Only me and you. Only me, only you.
Y'all, promise and truth be told. Encouraging the brethren to stand tall and bold in the face of death until the last breath. Blitzing every city till there ain't none left. You know what kind of mind it take to go to war with a beast with 7 heads? The sons of God get no sleep, always ready to teach. Classroom to street, gathering the sheep till the world's at peace. We are the prophets of truth be told. Encouraging the brethren to stand tall and bold in the face of death until the last breath. Blitzing every city till there ain't none left. You know what kind of mind it take to go to war with a beast with 7 heads? The sons of God get no sleep, always ready to teach. Classroom to street, gathering the sheep till the world's at peace.
We started off young, it wasn't easy, yeah. Now they see me on the TV, yeah. And I've been holding on for so long. Started off young, it wasn't easy, yeah. Now they see me on the TV, yeah. And I've been holding on for so long.
Only me and you. Only me and you. Only me and you.
Only me, only you.
Only me and you. Only me and you. Only me and you. Only me, only you. Be the prophet, so truth be told.
Inferno's spazzing on this motherfucker.
Hey, so you say you want the truth? Why he ain't go? Why they mad? We the messengers of hope. If you ain't gotta get a clue, you better know. Most high rockin' with it, see the way it go. So you say you want the truth? Why he ain't go? Why they mad? We the messengers of hope. If you ain't gotta get a clue, you better know. Most high rockin' with it, see the way it go.
Can you tell me what's the truth? Ay, I don't need your words, I need proof. Ay, Babylon gon' burn when them nukes hit. They been lying to us too. Ay, now we prophesy to the youth. They been hating, I been waiting to see Zion back recruit. Ay, truth be told, the recompense you owe me. Every day I battle with the old me. You done do it forever what you told me. I done see some change.
So you say you want the truth? Why he ain't go? Why they mad? We the messengers of hope. If you ain't gotta get a clue, you better know. Most high rockin' with it, see the way it go. It go like.
Yes, sir. Shout out to the cameraman adjusting the camera right before the show. All praise to the Most High. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Truth Be Told. I'm your host, Captain Matt. To my right,
in this building.
To my left,
Officer Mandel.
back to the right. Dun, dun,
I'm
goddamn.
Sabachiel.
Who's looking the other way. Yes. He has a camera over his shoulder, apparently. All praise to the Most High. Listen, y'all see the title of the show. You know what's going down. You hear the great shout. You hear the great bomb. But before we get into the show title, you already know how we do, man. Let's open up with that recap.
Let's go.
We be on the road. Everybody.
Great plagues called they peace.
They called it peace. So when we go out and teach the Lord, thou shalt have no other gods before the Most High, they say you're disturbing us. You're causing division. All in Liberia, every radio show we go on, they said, why are you men causing division? Because that white image you're worshiping is the devil. Stop worshiping that image. They go, no, you guys are disturbing us. So that's what this verse is talking about. So great plagues called they peace.
Oh, so great.
Right?
Verse 20. Verse 20. And so the multitude, allured by the grace of the work, took him now for a god.
Right, they say that's the Son of God. Go ahead.
Which a little before was but honored as a man.
Which a little before was honored as a man, Caesar Borgia. Now I'm throwing Caesar in there, but it can be used for Nimrod. It starts with Nimrod, Ceramicus, Tammuz, but I'm bringing it up today. Because many of these names, our people don't know Tammuz. They're who? So I'm bringing it up today. Go ahead.
Verse 21. And this was an occasion to deceive the world.
See, this was idolatry was an occasion to deceive the world. That's what it's talking about. It's idolatry. Go ahead.
For men serving either calamity or tyranny. Tyranny did ascribe unto stones and stocks the incommunicable name.
Right, so did ascribe unto stones and stocks, meaning wood, the incommunicable name. They said, let's call it God. That's what they did. Then read it again, 17. Read it again, 17.
Verse 17. Whom men could not honor in presence, because they dwelt far off. They took the counterfeit of his visage from far.
From Rome. Go ahead.
And made an express image of a king whom they honored. To the end that by this their forwardness they might flatter him that was absent as if he were present.
Right, so Columbus came with a whole wooden cross of Jesus, and he had images of Jesus, and there was thousands of conquistadors that went worldwide.
Allow the quote-unquote little tribulations to take us off the mark. Think about our forefathers in chattel slavery. Think about if they would have given up and they did not have nothing near the opportunities that you have today. Y'all understand? It took a great level of faith for them to persevere through years and years of slavery, of virulent, mean, evil treatments, lynchings, rapes, tarred and feathered, ripped apart by horses. They had to endure these things with a vision in mind, like one day we're going to get out of this. Imagine if they became weak in the spirit and say, you know what, let me just go deal with drugs. Let me go deal with alcohol. Let me go deal with this because I cannot take the reality of me dealing with slavery every day. That's some real stuff.
Hey, listen, shout out to the mighty bishops, man. So the first couple clips is from Bishop Nathaniel's class when he was out in L.A. with Deacon Abiel, which says, agree together, but bound but not bonded. Well, they touched on some things. Marriage was the topic, but Bishop was going over a few things, just going into what we going to and what's happening, how we got to be keyed in. And then last week, if y'all didn't get a chance to check Bishop Yawasab's class, it was called The Developmental Psychology of Being Hated. And that's a heavy topic because the fact that we're in such a hated environment, our psychology is formed by that. That's why you see many things. Give me Proverbs 3:31. Give me an example of the hated psychology. I want a picture of Serena Williams or any one of our sisters that are put out there in the media, what their hair looks like, right? So read that.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31.
Come on.
Envy thou not the oppressor,
and choose none of his ways.
Right. So because of how we've been conditioned, we envy our oppressors and we chosen their ways. Like the sister now on the right is just totally unrecognizable from what she used to look like. Like, look at that. You know, right there, like that's, everybody remembers Serena Williams looking like that right there. And now you see that right there, this right here. What is that? That goes into the topic of the class. Because whatever you see on a woman's head is what's going on inside her head. Right? Give me that Proverbs 23 and 7, man.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 23 and verse 7.
Uh-huh.
For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he.
So she wants to be an Edomite, and that's why she's married to an Edomite, and that's why she has the hair. She has styled her hair after that, and it's all. I mean, look at this dude. Are you serious? I mean, that's so out of order. I don't even want to go left and really just get the cooking up here. Damn. Way out of order. All that stuff her father did for her to go up and lay up with a white man. You understand?
Come on now,
that's because of, give me that Proverbs 13 and 12. All these things is what Bishop poured out. Because you might think she's got millions of dollars and she know that sister is sick. Mentally, all of us are sick, right? All of us. Because we grew up in a racist society and we were always promised hope. We always taught the American dream, but our reality did not match what we were being taught in school and in the church. Read that.
Proverbs chapter 13, verse 12.
Come on.
Hope deferred maketh the heart sick.
So hope deferred or delayed hope maketh the mind sick. Look, that's delayed hope. Look at the sickness to the left. What am I? That he looks like a cartoon character. Like, who framed Roger Rabbit? You know how you seen how they just drew Roger Rabbit in the frame? That's what that looks like. He doesn't even look like a real person. I mean, come on, man. Get that off the screen. Read that scripture again.
Hope deferred maketh the heart sick.
Uh-huh.
But when the desire cometh, it is a tree of life.
That's why the desire is this Bible. It is a tree of life. Every brother and sister that has came into this truth saw that it was a tree of life because we had no hope out here. You understand? So all praise to the Most High. Make sure y'all check that class out. But we got to get rolling though, because we got some stuff we got to cover. Let's roll right into the world news, and we going.
And ticks. Watch that thing.
The tick thing is nuts.
Yeah,
especially
because of meat, because of Gates.
Well, there's
Bill
boxes
Gates, not
people
Matt.
are finding. I don't know if this is true because I've seen many reports on it, but I'm just going to say what I saw. That farmers and ranchers are finding boxes of ticks on their property. Now, I don't know if that's fake. I don't know if someone's setting that up to pretend they found these boxes of ticks, but there's videos of these people finding boxes of ticks.
Now, what they'll say is they'll probably say they're sterile ticks and that we're planting them out there so we can diminish the population, is what they'll say. But anytime they try to mess with the balance of nature, it never goes right.
Is that what they're saying? Just
get ready. That's
what you
you're
think?
getting it right here.
I don't believe you have a right to go to someone's property and drop off sterile ticks.
No way in hell.
That's crazy either way. But I have a good friend of mine who got bit by the Lone Star tick and has that alpha gal problem.
Yeah, a guy came out of my house yesterday looking at putting gutters up at our house. And that guy, he said, and I said, you did what? He goes, yeah, I can't eat any meat produced by a mammal.
Yes.
I was like,
yeah. So my buddy, he had it, and my friend Evan, so he had it for a little while, and then he did a bunch of treatments and got off of it and then started eating steak again. And he was fine for about a year and a half, and then it came back stronger than ever. And he just can't shake it.
It's been around that long.
Oh, yeah. He can only eat eggs. I mean, he's basically eating eggs and vegetables. That's all he's eating. And every time he tries to deviate, he has a horrible reaction. It makes, for people that don't know, it makes your body allergic to red meat.
Right. And who has got genetically made meat now?
Yeah. Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
Yeah, well, they're doing things with mosquitoes, and they're messing around with nature in a way that no one's giving you permission to. The general public does not want you doing this. If they could vote on it, they'd say, no way. It's really crazy.
And ticks. Watch that.
So your man Bill Gates of hell is shall not prevail. This dude, man, you got to think about it. What did he start out making? Computers or something, supposedly. We know that wasn't his real job, but I want to get Revelations 11 and 18. Let's get that real quick.
The book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 18. And the nations were angry, And thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give a reward unto thy servants the prophets.
Let's talk about us. Read.
And to the saints.
Israelites.
And them that fear thy name, small and great.
Watch this right here.
And shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
So when Christ come back, he's going to destroy them that destroy the earth. So who's destroying the earth? So now you got it. If you get bit by a tick, you can't eat meat. And the same person that's behind the ticks, they got videos of where they seeing the boxes and stuff like that of the ticks dropping out the sky in wooded areas. What? And there's like a big report of a lot more ticks on the ground. You know, people finding these ticks. But you think about it, he's behind, what's that, Beyond Beef, the fake meat. So how convenient is that? You know, also behind the vaccines and all of these things right here. But the Lord is going to have to destroy them that destroy the earth. Where's that in Ezekiel? We're talking about the food being defiled. Let's get that real quick. Because, you know, he's created the GMO crops. Hey, I'll pull up a picture of the GMO rats. They put them on the screen. The ones that ate GMO. And then get that.
Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 13. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles.
You see that defiled bread? So why is it saying that? Because a lot of times you buy the food, they genetically modify the food. They be splitting up different crops and things. And some of the crops, they got like insects in them. Didn't they? It was something they did with the salmon where they had mixed it with something. I couldn't remember. You got the picture of the rats?
Message.
Right there. So these tumors came from eating GMO food, GMO corns and things like that. And what they did to get it approved is they shortened the cycle of the test, meaning that before they developed these tumors, they cut the test off. But after the, you know, that period that they had the life cycle of the rat, that's how they ended up looking right there. Read that bottom right there where it say right there about the top. Read the top first and then come down and read that part.
New safety concerns raised by GMO corn study. Mammals fed a diet of genetically engineered Roundup ready corn for 2 years died earlier and developed more tumors and liver and kidney damage, according to a new study published this week in the peer-reviewed journal Food and Chemical Toxicology.
So now you see where it says over 2 years, right? But when they did the study, I think they did it up to like 3 months. I can't remember what it was. It's been a while since I looked at it. But that's where they cut the study off to make the pass that it was safe. But after 2 years, that's what it did to the rats. And it also messes with their reproductive organs and things like that, where over certain generations, they became less fertile and they couldn't produce. Yeah, fibroids and all. Like, you got a lot of sisters got the fibroids and stuff like that. All of that plays a role into that. Officer Ruby, you got something?
Yeah, I'm just going to say, you said something. God going to use to destroy you. Is this much more? Test. Y'all hear me? Hey, get Ezekiel 25 and 14 real quick, because y'all got to pay for what y'all doing to us, man. God said something very serious right here. Okay, read this. Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. By the hand of my people Israel. That's going to happen. Not physically right now. We're doing that by tearing down the strongholds and showing y'all the poisonous things they are doing. That's what y'all saying right now. Read. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury. And they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord God.
All right, test that. All right, read that again. Ezekiel 25 and 14.
Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom.
I will do what?
Lay my vengeance upon Edom.
All this poisonous things y'all doing to us. We said hide our counsel from the evil people. Y'all are evil. Y'all got our sisters out here putting on those blonde hair. Y'all giving us poisonous food. We're dealing with this tick stuff right now, right? Read.
By the hand of my people
Israel. But it's
going
to happen by the hand of us, by the Israelites. Not physically right now, by tearing down the strongholds, showing the poisonous things y'all doing. That's what we doing right now. Read.
And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger.
Go ahead.
and according to my fury.
And according to his fury, watch this.
And they shall know my vengeance.
That's why when y'all cry, it ain't gonna matter when y'all cry. All this poisonous things y'all doing is not gonna matter. Saith who?
Saith the Lord God.
Saith the Lord God. Go ahead.
That's right.
Yeah, that. Hey, let's get the next clip. But that thing is vicious, man. You understand? I think we got one more clip on that.
Tick bites drive record ER surge. CDC says map shows where all these people are dying of alpha-gal. You don't just get violently sick when you've been bitten by the tick and have alpha-gal. You die many times. We got all the maps for you here. And you can look at it year after year. Ticks are showing up thousands of miles away from where they never were. And boxes fall from the sky. People catch it on tape, run over, and all these little baby ticks that were bred, just like the baby mosquitoes. The Bill Gates breeds in mass. I've shown you the newscast, how great he is, how he's your savior.
Hey, listen, people don't. Give me that Micah, man. Micah, give me that Micah too. Watch this.
The book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Come on.
Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
That do what?
Work evil upon their beds.
They out there dropping off ticks in the middle of the night. The thought of putting viruses and ticks to make you allergic to meat while you're selling fake meat. You got to be evil as hell, man. Come on.
When the morning is light.
When the morning is light, come on.
They practice it. Because it is in the power of their hand.
Meaning nobody's stopping this guy from his toxic mosquitoes. Now he got toxic ticks. Toxic meat. Toxic vaccines. Toxic GMO corn.
But he don't eat none of that.
He don't eat any of that. They don't even sell it in the Monsanto headquarters. No. Y'all got to see what's going on. Go ahead, Mendel.
I was going to say, you can't forget about his doo-doo water where he makes water out of doo-doo. We can't forget about Bill Gates, man. That dude right there is the devil.
Man, listen, we got a lot
in the flesh.
Let's keep it moving. Let's get one more clip, man. We're going to have to just jump right into it. Shout out to the IT team. Let's get the next news clip.
What you gonna do? In the heart of the Holy Land.
This is an example of the kind of intimidation that they're talking about.
The chaos started early.
And we are still hours out yet from the march. And
Where are you from? From the march. Where are you from? Hello. What's his mind? Blah, blah, blah.
Let him speak. Let him speak. Let him speak. Let him speak.
All right, I didn't even want this, but give me Revelation 2:9, man. That's all right, because this is going to a good way to warm up, good segue. Give me that.
Revelation chapter 2, verse 9.
Come on.
I know thy works. And tribulation.
Read.
And poverty.
That's the real Israelites. We poor, we in tribulation. You understand? Come on.
But thou art rich.
Because the blessings in the Bible pertain to us. Read.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
But what?
But are the synagogue of Satan.
Put them back up on the screen. I want everybody to know that's watching. That is the synagogue of Satan. That's the devil. You understand? Right there. Those people are impersonating you. You understand? The synagogue of Satan. That's blasphemy, man. I'm going to show you why it's blasphemy, man. Give me Job 30. Start at verse 1.
The book of Job, chapter 30, verse 1.
Come on.
But now, they that are younger than I.
Because we are the firstborn. That's what that's talking about. Come on.
Have me in derision.
Now we in derision. Now we the Gentiles. We the Goyim. You understand? We the Proverbs and bywords now. Read.
Whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock.
Listen, they wouldn't even had this man's. You wouldn't even want him with your dogs, man. I don't even want to get in the dog, man. Come on.
Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me? In whom old age was perished.
Come on.
For want and famine they were solitary. Fleeing into the wilderness in former time.
Doing what?
Desolate and waste.
Fleeing into the wilderness in former times. Come on.
Desolate and waste. Who cut up mallows by the bushes. And juniper roots for their meat.
Right.
They were driven forth from among men. They cried out after as after a thief. To dwell in
in the cliffs of the valleys.
To do what?
To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys.
To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys. Come on.
In caves of the earth.
Uh-huh.
And in the rocks.
That's where they came from, the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia and Russia. That's why they got the name Caucasian on them. I'm going to show you why Job didn't say they didn't want them with their dogs. Y'all think Job just hurling insults? Pull up that tweet I sent up. Hopefully y'all can get that. I'm going to show y'all something. A little bit of history on Dog Man. Y'all might like, who the hell is Dog Man? I'm about to find out. Y'all ever heard of Beauty and the Beast? That's based on a real person. Yes. We about to show you.
That the war between black men, dog-headed people, and wild men led to the story of the Beauty and the Beast. Let me explain.
In order to understand this history, you must first understand the doghead, the Moor, and the wild man. The doghead and the wild man are one and the same. Let me explain. My next source is called Wild Men, Sinner, Sinner. And when you read this article, it shows you that the wild men were called barbarians by the Romans, and they were uncivilized Germanic tribes like the Visigoths. They appear all the way from the Dark Ages to the Renaissance as cannibalistic, sexual deviant predators. This is my next source, The Wild Men, Medieval Myth and Symbolism. And I quote, when he killed game, he ate it completely raw. By many accounts, the wild man also indulged in cannibalism. By the 16th century, this habit brought him in association with werewolf and other flesh eaters. And I quote, icons with the dog heads, particularly of Saint Christopher, existed in Eastern Orthodox traditions due to the blend of ancient folklore, potential linguistic errors, and symbolic theology. They represent a savage barbarian other who was converted to Christianity, signifying
the white man of the synagogue of Satan,
transformed by faith. In medieval times, doghead was a slur for non-Christian barbarian or people on the edge of the
white
known
man
world, representing a raw, untamed humanity. Those people on the edge of the known world are the Visigoths. And yes,
or the
this is
wildlings.
Saint Christopher. Look at his club that he's holding with the baby on his back. Now, this is dog-faced Christopher. Look at the baby on his back. The wild men and these dog-faced people were the same people. Now let's talk about a real account of a wild man. This is Petros Consalvos of Spain and his wife Catherine. You might recognize them from the Disney movie Beauty and the Beast. This is what it was based off of. When they captured Petros Consalvos, they said that they had captured a wild man. Pedros suffered from Amber syndrome, and this is when you grow a lot of hair around the facial region,
it's a real
around
picture.
your arms, everywhere, really. Unfortunately, I ran out of time. If you want to watch this full video,
that was a real
bio.
picture. Understand. So when Joe said he didn't want him with his dogs, what you think he said they had sexual deviance. You understand what they was doing with the dogs?
And remember, Jacob had to put a whole lamb fur on his arm,
right,
so he could be seen as Esau.
So this is what Job was talking about when they was ran up into the caves. Why he wouldn't have them sat with the dogs, because they are the dog men. You heard the video. He was reading books. They was sexually deviant, eating red and raw meat. That's Esau.
Hey, don't forget with the Epstein file, what they was doing with the babies, and all of that kind of stuff. When a lot of times when they make these movies like about vampires and all that stuff, y'all think that stuff is just fantasy. Like they actually have a Count Dracula,
Beauty and the Beast,
the Rothschilds, the Count Dracula and all that, where they drink blood and all of that stuff.
And we got pictures and real images of that. So one day we gonna show that thing.
Yeah, we gotta bring it out.
We got all that stuff. Trust me.
Listen, we gonna bring out. Listen, Rube got the books, man, about dog, man. We gonna go right into that, but we going right to it, man. We got the hold on. Did we get the new thumbnail, man? Hold on, man, real quick. Was it uploaded? Oh, hold on, man. I'm about to put it in there now, man. Because we about to get right into it. Y'all understand? Y'all see the title of the show? It's fitting to go down, man. You hear the great shout, and you going to hear the boom. You already know. That's it. Just that simple. People getting put to death. All right, it's in there now, man. Send the topics, man. Pull that thumbnail up. Boom, boom. See what we got. Damn! Read that junk.
Put up your dukes. Iran got nukes.
Damn, look at that. Put up your dukes, man. Give me the dukes real quick. You know what I want.
Get them.
Give me that real quick, man. Give me that in Genesis. I'm going to show you something. They like, who are the dukes? Let's get that in Genesis 36 and 15. Yeah. That's for y'all know what they call it, a double entendre? Did I say that right? That's it.
The book of Genesis, chapter 36, verse 15.
Come on.
These were dukes of the sons of Esau.
Hold up. These were what?
Dukes of the sons of Esau.
So put up your dukes, man. What are we talking about? Esau versus the Carmanians, man. That's what's going on. And the Carmanians said, we got the nukes.
The white man is back.
Nah, the white man about to be obliterated. Read that, man.
The sons of Eliphaz, the firstborn son of Esau.
Come on.
Duke Timon.
Duke who?
Duke Timon.
Uh-huh.
Duke Omar.
Uh-huh.
Duke Zepho. Duke Kenaz. Duke Korah. Duke Gadam. And Duke Amalek.
Duke who?
Amalek.
Duke Amalek is the one in the land right now. The bastard. You understand? Jump up to verse 12.
Verse 12. And Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son.
Right. So read back down in verse 16.
Verse 16.
Come
Duke
on.
Korah, Duke Gadam, and Duke Amalek.
And now give me Zechariah 9 and 6, man. Because he read he was born of a concubine. He's still a duke.
Yeah.
So those are the dukes over there.
Zechariah chapter 9, verse 6.
Watch this.
And a bastard,
who?
A bastard
that was born out of a concubine
shall dwell in Ashdod.
That's why the Bible calls him a bastard in Ashdod. Child of a concubine. And happens to be a duke. And Iran said, we got the nukes. That's one right there. Oh, ancient super satanic duke. You understand? So now, let's get the news article up there real quick. Let's see. Put up your dukes. So the dukes of Edom are going to go over there. Come on now.
For over 20 years, Iran has been lying, nuclear expert says.
Now, they have always claimed, has been lying about its nuclear weapons effort for over 20 years now. They
learn from the best. What's going on? We good? Yeah, run that back, man.
About its nuclear weapons effort for over 20 years now. They have always claimed our program was 100% peaceful. We were never pursuing nuclear weapons. That's a lie. And then once the international inspectors got in and started finding some things out, the Iranians kept lying to them.
What specifically does the United States need Iran to commit to deal with its nuclear capabilities once and for all?
I think the most important thing is no highly enriched uranium and some in-depth monitoring, international monitoring. That's what's most essential. And it's going to be very difficult now, given all of the distrust following this war, following Trump pulling out of talks repeatedly to launch more strikes.
Right, and why do you think that's? Give me Obadiah real quick, man. Let's go to Obadiah. What is going on here? Let's read Obadiah verse 1, because you see all the calamity going on over there. See all the evil. Read that.
Obadiah verse 1.
Come on.
The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom.
Or the dog man.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord.
Uh-huh.
And an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
So we're not saying this is Iran. But what's going on throughout the earth is you see that we don't know who this is yet, but you see the Lord mustering the host of the battle. You seeing these nations standing up to America, to Israel, that was once quiet. The Lord is mustering the host of the battle. Yeah. Understand what's going on out here. Read that again.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord.
Uh-huh.
An ambassador is sent among the heathen.
Uh-huh.
Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
Come on.
Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
I've made thee small among the heathen. Not only the smallest nation, but when you look at that little speck that they occupy over there in the quote-unquote Middle East, they're surrounded by the other heathen. So specifically Ishmael. You understand? Come on.
Thou art greatly despised.
Thou art what?
Greatly despised.
They call this place, they call that place over there Little Satan. They call America Great Satan. So it says, thou art greatly despised. Come on.
The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
So the pride has deceived him. My man gets on the TV and says they've been lying for 20 years. Where do you think they learned how to lie from? Y'all never thought about that? You've been over there messing with them people for years. And why wouldn't they get a nuke to defend themselves? You got to look at it from their standpoint. America has been messing with them for years.
Yeah.
So guess what? We seeing a prophecy unfolding before your eyes. Let's get the next. We got an article up there real quick. Pull up the article so we can get into it.
Iran boasts of nuclear advances.
Hold on. Iran does what?
Boasts of nuclear advances.
You see what's going on. We just read it. It said, let us rise up against her in battle. You seen the Carmanians boasting. They said, listen, man, we got the bombs. You know how like Arby's got the meat? Iran said, man, we got the nukes. That's what's going on. That's what you're going to hear. Followed by a mega boom. Read that.
Iran boasts of nuclear advances. Calls building an atomic bomb a simple task.
And understand, they have a very, very sophisticated delivery system. They put on display a small display of their supersonic warheads that they've dropped over there. And they only dropped a couple of them. You understand? So read that.
The spokesman for Iran's Atomic Energy Organization said the country has made significant nuclear advances and that developing an atomic bomb would be very easy if Tehran chose to pursue it. The simplest task is to build a nuclear bomb because it does not need fuel control and explodes at once, Behruz Kamalvandi said on Saturday, calling it much simpler than developing a nuclear power plant. Building a nuclear power plant, which needs control of fuel and reaction levels, is difficult and technical. Kamalvandi said Iran has reached the edge of power in the nuclear field, and there is no unknown issue left for us. Get him. Before a 12-day war in June that culminated in U.S. airstrikes on 3 Iranian nuclear facilities and paused any uranium enrichment in Iran, the country was enriching uranium to near weapons-grade purity levels.
Right. Damn. Give me Isaiah chapter 21. Start at 1.
Isaiah chapter 21, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
The burden of the desert of the sea.
Uh-oh. We call it the Middle East. Come on.
As whirlwinds in the south pass through, so it cometh from the desert, from a terrible land.
Watch this.
A grievous vision is declared unto me. The treacherous dealer dealeth treacherously.
That's the white man. Come on.
And the spoiler spoileth.
Watch this.
Go up, O Elam.
Go up who?
O Elam.
Go up, O Elam. That's Iran. Come on.
Besiege, O Media.
Besiege, O Media. What is this talking about? This is talking about Armageddon. Well, Ishmael going to drop the nuke. They going to drop the nuke, family. That's prophetic. We know what's coming. That's why they're going to institute the draft to go over there, because Iran is flexing the nukes. All this stuff is going to happen. You understand? They're going to institute the draft, which might lead to civil unrest and a civil war. And then Iran going to go further, and all them people they drafted going to have to go over there. We read that in Joel too, the Northern Army. Read that again, man. It's some heavy stuff.
Verse 2. A grievous vision is declared unto me.
There's going to be a grievous vision. Come on.
The treacherous dealer dealeth treacherously.
Nobody is in documented history dealing more treacherous than the white man. Show me one nation that has dealt more treacherously with the nations, with the children of Israel than the white man. You're not going to show me one. Come on.
And the spoiler spoileth.
And they spoil. Everywhere they go, they spoil the land. They spoil the people. They literally spoil the environment. Come on.
Go up, O Elam.
The Lord has let you know who he's mustering. Go up, O Elam. Come on.
Besiege, O Media.
Ooh, come on.
All the sign thereof have I made to cease.
All the sign have I, because that's when he go down, because all the sign, people like, yo, who gonna stop this man? The Lord said, I'm gonna raise up the Carmanians. Slash Elam and me. Do you want to say something on that, officer?
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, how evil the United States is when you really think about it. Like, we were talking about this earlier in the week. I was talking to Cap. We was talking about how, like, the internet has spread Babylon everywhere, just in the communications. Like, certain places we would go back when we were children before the internet, it was innocent and clean, and now everything is corrupted. Like, you go down to the country, it's like going to Southeast D.C. It used to be when you went down to North Carolina or some places like that, it was a whole different vibe from the city. The same thing is happening with the Caribbeans. You go out there, you see what I call that thing? I forget what I call it, but the baddie kit where they got the little, what they call them things, the baby hair. They got the blonde, the eyelashes. It's like a kit with the blonde wig. It's like they got a kit that they buy. I don't know if it just come in like a package or whatever, but I do know that package transforms into the auntie kit because they don't never get transformed into the wifey kit. And then they just transform into the cat lady. That's where that ends at. That's how that thing goes. But Babylon, I'm going to get Revelations 18:4 just to get back, just to show you what we got to do. And now I'm going to get it back to Cap.
The book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins.
So that don't mean that we leave, because just like I was bringing out, Babylon's influence is all over the world. So that means we had to come out of her spiritually and mentally. Like we can't be getting caught up in the witchcraft that's put out by Babylon, like the holidays, the whoredom that's being spread out there. How you got, you go out, you see all the whoredoms and things like that. Keep reading.
And that you receive none of her plagues.
Because this place is going to be destroyed. Read verse 5.
For her sins have reached unto heaven.
So this is going into what Cap is bringing out. The evil and the sins of Babylon is reaching up to heaven. So the judgments, the Carmanians is going to be playing a part of that. A part of that role is about, is you can see the things building up. Read.
And God hath remembered her iniquities.
Remembered the sins. And it ain't even got to the point yet where they start persecuting us. Wait till they get to that.
I want to bring out give me Isaiah 14 and verse 6.
Get him. The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 6. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
Because this is talking about Babylon the Great or America. Read.
He that ruleth the nations in anger.
You see that? Ruleth the nations. Remember, this is the only man that has military bases worldwide and that tells other nations what they can and cannot do. Matter of fact, you can't sell your oil to Cuba without the United States permission. They dictate, according to the Monroe Doctrine, they dictate any business dealings on the Western Hemisphere. Read on.
He that ruleth the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth.
Now jump over to verse 12.
Verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?
You see that thing? How is thou fallen? Esau. Read.
How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
See, he did weaken the nations because at one point in time, some of these other nations were powerful. But Esau set laws in place. Like, for example, Africa. Africa is weakened because they rely solely on imports. Yeah. But they got all of the resources. But they rely on their survival by their imports with the European powers. Read on.
For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God.
Caesar bow, space travel, read.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation.
There you go. That's Caesar bow, read.
In the sides of the north.
The North America, read.
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
See that? Only the white man has set himself up as God. Read.
Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell.
You see that? Read.
To the sides of the pit.
Hey, the Most High got a plan for Esau. They shall come down. That's why they're attacking around. They say, look, man, we see in the prophecy that these people supposed to come up against us. Let's get rid of them before they can.
Right. So, yeah, let's get that. Let's go to 2nd Ezra 15, and I want you also holding Isaiah 14. I'm going to show y'all something what Officer Phineas is bringing out. They see what's going on with the Arabs. They know they pissing them people off and they uniting them. That's why they going after Iran, because Iran is actually the strongest out of the nation over there, right? And they the smartest. Like they got probably some of the best cyber warfare and things like that. And they've done a lot with all those heavy sanctions. They've advanced their military quite far underneath much persecution and sanctions. Right. Watch this.
2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 29.
Come on.
Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots.
So read verse 28.
Verse 28. Behold, in horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east.
So that go what we read. That's the same thing that that Isaiah said in Isaiah 21 about that grievous vision, about the treacherous dealer. Come on.
where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots.
So these are the Arabs. Come on.
And the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble.
Come on.
Also, the Carmanians
that's Iran or Elam. So or the Medes, same thing. Come on.
Raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood.
You see that? So the Iranians are going to join with the Arabs. So you got the Arabs and Elamites join them forces. Watch.
And with great power shall they come.
Come on.
And join battle with them. And shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians.
They're going to waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. That's talking about Israel. Give me that real quick in 2 Kings. Give me that real quick in 2 Kings to show that the Assyrians is talking. 2 Kings 17. Read 6 and then 24.
2 Kings chapter 17 and verse 6.
Come on.
In the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria.
Come on.
And placed them in Halah and in Habor by the river of Gozan.
Come on. Now, is that it?
And in the cities of the Medes.
Now, jump down to verse 24. Watch this.
Verse 24. And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon, and from Cathah, and from Ava, and from Hamath, and from Sepharvaim, and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel.
So we're reading about gentrification. So that's when, read that again from the top.
And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon, and from Cathah, and from Ava, and from Hamath, and from Sepharvaim.
So the Assyrians gentrified the land. So now we go back when it says they shall waste a portion of Assyria. Now read Isaiah 14 and 25. So now we know the Assyrians just hip talk for the land of Israel.
Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 25.
Come on.
That I will break the Assyrian in my land.
I will break or waste the Assyrian in my land. We just read that in 2nd Ezra. Come on.
And upon my mountains tread him underfoot. Then shall his yoke depart off from them.
So his yoke talking about the Esau's yoke off the Palestinians. Come on.
And his burden depart from off their shoulders. This is the purpose that is purposed upon the whole earth. And this is the hand that is stretched out upon all the nations.
Right, jump down to verse 29.
Verse 29. Rejoice not thou, whole Palestina.
So the Lord is saying, Palestine, don't rejoice because this man's yoke, the Edomite Amalek's yoke, has been lifted off your neck. Come on.
Because the rod of him that smote thee is broken.
Because the rod of him that smote thee is broken. It's talking about the white man, and their power or Amalek in the land has been broken. Come on.
For out of the serpent's root shall come forth the cockatrice.
So that's talking about an ICBM that America's going to send over there in response to Iran being nuking a certain portion of Israel. Come on.
And his fruit shall be a very flying serpent.
So that's that, you know, a flying fiery serpent. That's what the white man going to do. You want to say something, officer?
Yeah, I was just thinking about it when I was when you were reading that over about rejoicing not. Read that again, that part again.
Verse 29. Rejoice not thou, whole Palestina.
Hey, so we were out there at the booth at the African American Museum, and we had some what were they, Iranians come up there, and they wanted to know what we were about, you know, because you see, as Israel United in Christ, I read them. I think it was Joel. We read them Joel and a few other scriptures. They were just happy to hear that Esau was going to be destroyed. They were so happy. So when I went to Joel to show them that they was going into captivity under us, they were so excited the fact that Esau was going to be destroyed. They actually thanked us. Am I kidding? Yeah, hey, tell us. Put the camera on. Put the camera.
This is how they backed up from the when they were leaving. This is how they backed it from the table. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That they were going to captivity and Esau was going to be destroyed. They said, hey, we're going to y'all. We're going to y'all into captivity. That's fine. Just don't let us go into that white man. That's what they were saying.
Hey, look, they took a selfie with me, and there it is right there.
But do you believe there are Jews now who claim to be Jews, but they're not?
They're not Jews.
It's all in the Bible.
That's all in the Bible. So now, guess what else is in the Bible? What happens next is in the Bible. Read.
Behold, I will raise them out of the place whether ye have sold them.
So where we've been sold, God is going to raise us back out and put us back in our land. But this
you by your land being Africa?
Israel. Yeah, in our land. That's our land. So
Hey, we ain't had time to get into it, but he poured out the scriptures And they was just thankful. Thank you. They were like, you going into slavery? Thank you. They was so happy to hear that they was going to be destroyed.
Got him.
You understand?
God will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah.
Meaning that the people that sold us, Ishmael, Esau, all of them, the Hamites, all of them, now it's their turn to serve, meaning they're going into slavery. You understand? So the shoe's going to be on the other foot.
Wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
We got a history lesson. We loved
I
it.
like the fact that you are referring to books. It's not like you are
Making
you know,
up.
Making up.
It's all prophetic.
You have reference.
Can we take a picture all together? Come.
Go ahead.
All together.
Your future owner.
Where are you? Can we see all of them? Yes.
We go social media. Yeah, check us out on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok.
Listen, another satisfied customer with the word of God. You understand? So all praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most. Shout out to the IT team. They was all on it today. Damn. All right, Officer Fitness, go ahead and close this out, man.
Hey, appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all scan the QR code, subscribe to Truth Be Told. Tune in next week, same time. Next. All right, hey, make sure we support the Booster Club. IUIC.fundraising at IsraelUnite.org. Let's go. Also, make sure y'all pick up these books before they are banned. Look at these Bishop's books, man. Let's get this one, too. Most definitely is a very good book to get for your studies. And don't forget about the Captain Hoshia's book, The Epistles of Paul's Decoded. And let's make sure we teach the kids. Teach the kids the scriptures. That's a part of our job as parents. We're supposed to teach the laws to our children. Is that it? Okay.
All praises.
praises.
All right,
Most High
Israel,
Christ
shalom.
bless.
Most High in Christ bless. Thank you for tuning in.